good, confident they can get the job done in front of their home crowd. A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Welcome, everyone. We have a very special treat for you here. No trick, it's the NBA on Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Gordon Hayward is a versatile offensive player, but he said, for me, being aggressive is playing downhill. Usually, if I can get things going to the rim first, it opens up every other part of my game. And he's still able to collapse defenses, finish, and create for teammates. Guys?
David, he is the total package. While we get a break, let's now take a look at the October standings out east. Taking a look at the Hornets, they were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
And checking out Charlotte, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
We all know talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Out in the wings for him, McCollum and Powell. Covington is at the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Lillard in at the point. And for the Hornets, up at the forward spots, it's Hayward and Bridges. The guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. And it's Jones in at the 5 spot. Well, it's certainly our treat to bring you, the fans, NBA action here on Halloween. And Greg, as a parent, how many pieces of candy do your kids... get to have in one night.
Oh, they came back loaded down, and you can't let them eat it all. Maybe 5 pieces or so, and then you hope they forget about it or just try to stagger it and get to Christmas.
Powell with the steal. Lillard outside. Lets the 3 fly. Hayward grabs the board. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 3-point game, and that one drops for him.
You can't knock the defense right there. I mean, the effort was there. But Rozier was just dialed in on scoring.
Rozier against Lillard. A beautiful reverse layup. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Give him the chance to pull off something special. He'll take it.
Outside ball. They grab their own miss. Bridges shot. Good.
Well, this is what Bridges' off-the-ball awareness can get him. I mean, rebounds and second-chance buckets.
Now here's McCollum. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing. Bangs home the trifecta.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Outside ball. Lobs it up for Rozier. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Precision pass by Ball. He wasn't going to waste an easy dime to a wide-open man.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lillard against Bridges, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Jones, no luck. Portland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Covington finds McCollum.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And the basket by Jones.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
And every year, Terry Rozier seems to get better. Specifically, Greg, becoming a more efficient and lethal scorer.
I mean, he's improving his percentages over the years, especially his 3-point shooting. When he came into the league, was not a threat from deep. Now, you have got to honor that outside shot.
Now, here's Rozier. Here's Nurkic. Shoots over Bridges. Portland again missing. Hornets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Outside ball. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
What a finish by Ball. Great length for a guard, 6'7". He can mix it up down.
McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Rozier. And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Out to Hayward. Over McCollum. Hayward can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That's a 2 from Powell. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Ball kicks to Jones. Here's Rozier. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
It makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
Now, here's Ball. Outside, Covington. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. The 3 ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 10 points.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Looking to end the run. And the basket by Jones.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lillard against Ball. Lillard surveying the D. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. He's got 12.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
So for the Trailblazers, Cody Zeller's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Nance in for Robert Covington. Bridges against Nance. Knocked away. Powell with the steal. To the inside. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. 14 points for Lillard.
And how about 6 of 8 with that one? And there is no slowing down this young man.
Zeller against Ball. In the corner is Bridges. 5 on the clock. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's the combination of skill and strength. Hayward draws contact. I mean, keeps his eyes on the rim and finishes the play.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
The three-pointer has been a major weapon for them in early stages. I mean, they'd be smart to keep moving and working on the perimeter.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Free throw good from Hayward.
And it's hard to believe that Gordon Hayward has been playing for over a decade in the NBA. Now a seasoned vet firmly in the second half of his career.
And stolen by Hayward. And it's Ball in the corner. Back to Rozier. We have a step back. Not enough on that one as it misses. And Hayward has had a bit of a career renaissance lately, looking more and more like his old self.
And Kevin, it's just great to see him playing at this level again. I think it's testament to how much he loves the game of basketball, as well as how badly this guy wants a chance to win a championship. And C.J. McCollum graduating with a bachelor's in journalism, something he's already putting to use covering the league.
He might be coming for our jobs, Greg, but, you know, his intellect is something that serves him on the court as well, studying the game and his opponents.
Free throw good, McCollum. And you think about the skill needed to hit off-balance shots, and with a hand in your face defensively, Chris, C.J. McCollum has got an awful lot in his bag of tricks, doesn't he?
But the pull-up game is something he's been doing his whole life. Now he's doing it from long range too, and that's what's the scary thing, Kevin, for the rest of this league.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. McDaniels is checked in for Hayward. Booknight comes in for Rozier, and Smith's subbed in for Ball.
And the leap McCullough has taken has been remarkable. From little used reserve his first 2 years to star scorer. Are you kidding me?
Here's Bouknight. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Pass to Powell. That's tipped.
You know, just incredibly quick off the floor. Oubre does a good job of challenging shots.
Smith finds Washington. Here's Bouknight. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Nance against Oubre. Nance passes to Zeller. The dish to Lillard. Six to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line.
Well, we talk about the clutch scoring of Damian Lillard. I'll put it in black and white. Since he entered the league in 2012, nobody has more makes in the last 20 seconds of a game to tie or go ahead. Nobody.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. And the list of players with multiple series-clinching buzzer beaters in the playoffs, Michael Jordan and Damian Lillard.
And with a little bon voyage wave of the hand for good measure, Dame time is as real as it gets.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Tony Snell's checked in for Powell, and it's Simons in for McCollum.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
The pass to Bouknight. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Now here's Bouknight. He's guarded closely. Over Zeller. Bouknight, no good.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Lillard. Out to Nance. Stolen by McDaniels. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Nance.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
For Charlotte, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Shooting two.
The free throw drops for McDaniels. And Portland making a change here. Smith has checked in. And McDaniels drops them both. Trailblazers leading by 6. Nance outside. Smith feeling it out a bit. Snell finds Zeller. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Here's Bouknight. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Here's Zeller, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And guys, Cody Zeller, the number 4 pick in the 2013 draft, he's carved out a niche as an effective role player.
Yeah, what I like about Zeller, he knows his role. He doesn't force anything out there. He just plays his game. He's a quality teammate who guys like playing with.
And that one falls for Zeller.
And one thing that gives these scouts confidence in Zeller's ability to expand his shooting range is the fact that he's been a solid free throw shooter ever since he's entered this league.
And so Zeller nails both of them. Now Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Washington. Now here's Bouknight. He's covered by Zeller. And what makes Bouknight so difficult to guard? His ability to hit jumpers off the bounce.
He's got a great handle and the quickness to create separation. I know it's unpopular with the analytics crowd, but his pull-up from mid-range, it's money.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Zeller. And so he makes both from the line. Trailblazers leading by 6. Passes it to Nurkic. Here's Simons. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Smith the pass to Nurkic. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Skilled at utilizing the pick and roll to his advantage. Nurkic moves very well in these sets.
Driving in. Bouknight passes to Smith. Oubre outside. Pass to Bouknight. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Smith. With the shot. Misses off the right iron. Portland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Smith. And it's Smith finishing it off.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. Jumping out to an impressive early lead.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, I like that Washington isn't afraid to work for it. I mean, clashes with the defender, but still gets a shot on.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Washington.
Well, for P.J. Washington, he's the rare first-round pick to come back for a second year of college at Kentucky, but I think it did him well.
Washington hits them both. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. They're leading by 8. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Banked in off the glass. Nurkic has got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Now here's Bouknight. 8 points for him. Fires the three. Hands it from downtown. Bouknight's got 11 points. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Trailblazers lead by 7. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Damian Lillard winning the 2020 Magic Johnson Award, which honors the player who combines excellence on the court along with cooperation and dignity with the media. Well, Lillard is well-deserving and well-liked, certainly. Some of the most open and thoughtful answers you'll hear.
Comfortable with a microphone, whether it's a press conference or a recording studio. He's got quotes and bars.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Smith. Larry Nance out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. After a whistle, we often see players demanding their coach challenge the call. Greg, were there plays you wish you could have challenged in your career?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. But the game was just so different back then, and we had other ways of resolving issues and letting the refs know when we maybe didn't appreciate a call.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the three-pointer from Kelly Oubre. To the paint. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic. And that's now 6 points for Nurkic.
A physical player with a large frame. Nurkic was seemingly unbothered by the contact.
Now the pass to Bouknight. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
He's not focused on the D on most possessions, but you can forget about him altogether.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Simons surveying the D. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Simons has got his first bucket of the night. Smith the pass to Washington. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Charlotte has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Washington kicks to Smith. Nurkic with the steal. Feeds to Snell. Great D that time from Oubre. Hornets trail by 8. In the corner, Smith with it. Down low, it's stolen by Nance. Here's Simons. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And he drives in the corner, Nance with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nance has got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
And looking confident. When Nance can hit the jump shot, this offense becomes much more dynamic.
And the Hornets call time here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Nance. Norman Powell comes in for Tony Snell. And McCollum subbed in for Anferny Simons. Now, here's Rozier. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Miami. With the drive, good D by Covington.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Yep, it counts.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Bridges outside. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Hayward outside. And again, the Hornets missing. Portland leading by 13. Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Bridges got his 4th rebound in this one.
And what I like about Miles Bridges, such a versatile player. Scores it, rebounds and passes, and also gets after it defensively.
I love his energy, too. It's clear his work ethic is strong. I mean, he just wants to keep improving over time, and I'd say that he's well on his way.
Rozier against McCollum. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hornets trailed by 11. Jones, the pass to Rozier. The 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
The shot by Powell, no good. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Outside, ball. Pass to Bridges. Over McCollum. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Bridges.
We've seen Bridges put work into that shot, turning this mid-range attempt into a simple shot.
Now here's McCollum. He has 7. Pass to Nurkic. Tries again. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Greg, last season, we saw a lot of opinions about the play-in tournament, especially from players. Where did you fall on that thinking?
Well, I'm going to put on my fan hat right now, Kevin, and I thought it was exciting. I mean, seeing the stakes get raised for those teams that are right on the edge, I think it brings more interest for teams. But if I was still playing, I probably wouldn't like it if I had locked up the playoffs and still had to go play to earn a berth.
Here's Powell. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Powell lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Rozier with the ball. Makes it off the glass.
A clever play. Rozier able to navigate through the contact to a strong finish.
Portland leading by 10. Here's Lillard. Beyond the arc. And Jones pulls it down. The Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ball finds Jones. Rozier with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Good on the bucket. Rozier's got 8 points.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Now, Nurkic, 9 points in the game so far. Kicks it out to Covington. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Well, you can't be too physical with Covington. He's tough, he's athletic, and he knows how to force the issue.
And at 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, Robert Covington, Greg, comfortable guarding power forwards.
Well, he's accustomed to it. In high school, he was the same height but only weighed 170 pounds. Even then, his coach said he was weak, but he wasn't soft.
That free throw missing.
And one of the few NBA players out of an HBCU, Robert Covington, undrafted out of Tennessee State University, has had to work for everything he's gotten in this league.
He got his feet wet in the lean years in Philly when they were really trusting the process and not a lot of flash in his game, all about determination and detail.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Hornets trail by 10. Rozier looking around. And Covington sends it back.
This Covington doing big man things, using his length to derail.
And the dunk by Zeller.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Covington. Here's Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his third assist on the night. Now, here's Rozier. He's got 8. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And when his mid-range game is working, Rozier gives the D even more problems than usual.
Here's Lillard. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Rozier. 10 points for him. Here's Jones. A second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. Jones has got 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Rozier with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. From 6 away, Bridges misses. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Was led by as many as 14 points.
You'd love to see Lillard lighten it up like this on offense. I mean, making a big effort to deliver for a squad.
Here's Rozier. Portland making their last shot. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Here's Powell, and it's good, 2 points. Powell's got 8 here in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jones. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Larry Nance is checked in for the Trailblazers. Good on both. Trailblazers leading by 10. McCollum with the ball. He has 7. Offensive rebound. Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got 12 in the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over. here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Now, here's Bridges. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away. Powell with the steal. Inside, here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Ball kicks to Rozier. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jones.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Washington comes in for Bridges. And Bouknight comes in for Terry Rozier. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Cody Zeller. Tony Snell comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And so Jones nails both of them.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Lillard the pass to Nance. Back to Lillard. .135 left in the first half.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
And here is Bouknight. 14 points for him. There's the pass to Oubre. Washington kicks to Oubre. Shot clock at 5. And again, the Hornets missing. Trailblazers leading by 14. Covington passes to Lillard. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Ball with the bucket.
This is what height in the backcourt gives you. Ball, he can get almost anything he wants in there.
Lillard against Ball to the middle. And Nance kicks to Lillard. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Oubre on the wing. Pass to Washington. Got it. Good job in the low post.
A little contact, but Washington stays solid. I mean, he uses some physical play to ensure the bucket.
Now Lillard shoots over Bouknight. That one off the back iron and out. Ball, the pass to Washington. Over Nance. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Washington.
Hey, give Washington props. Even with the defense breathing down his neck, he sticks it to him.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Damian, where does that game face of yours come from?
I think it's just the Oakland in me, really. I'm sure a lot of people know about the past, the Oakland point guards, Gary Payton, Brian Shaw, Jason Kidd. Once you get on the court, it's time to compete. Off the court, I was raised to be a good person, high character person, but on the court, between those lines, everything is out the window. It's time to win.
That 5-1-0's coming out, Damian. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 24 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
They're playing with speed, pushing the ball off turnovers and long rebounds, running every chance they get, because we all know scoring on the break is so much easier than finding open shots in the half court.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
Well, it's never fun, man. When you're playing against the team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent could sustain this kind of shooting.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Hornets trail by 8. Out in the wings for them, Rozier and Hayward. Miles Bridges is out there with Jones, and it's Ball in at the point guard. So that's the Hornets 5.
Oh, he has to fight for that one. Doing the dirty work, getting after it on the glass.
It's McCollum on the wing, defended by Hayward. It's Powell on the wing. Rockets hits, and Jones sends it back. Bridges outside. No good on the 3. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Powell, that's good. 14 points now in the game for Norman Powell.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Here's Rozier. Basket good. Rozier's got 14 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Now here's Lillard. 24 points for him. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Jones against Powell. Hayward kicks the ball, and the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Lillard against Ball. Bridges outside.
Might take a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. Portland leading by 7. McCollum outside. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. It's Powell on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Covington. And a wide open look for McCollum. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. McCollum's got 9.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Passes it to Rozier. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
That having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
Rozier against Covington. Offensive rebound. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, Bridges takes a lot of pride in his hometown of Flint, Michigan. Shout out to the Flintstones. That's great to see. I mean, he holds a basketball camp there. That community is always close to his heart.
Count it, good. Lillard's got 26.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Yeah, whether it's on the court or in the booth, Dame Lillard will face the fire and compete. And watch what you say. Let's keep those receipts.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Ball. McCollum against Rozier. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. It's blocked.
Oh, nice defense from Bridges. When he hustles like this, he's capable of swatting shots.
And Covington sends it back. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Over Rozier. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic. And there have always been those opponents, Chris, you don't want to fire up. I think Lillard is in that category, right?
They say don't poke the bear. Dame's not the loudest, but he will answer. Better put some respect on his name.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Miles Bridges.
Oh, he's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without fouling.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
If you want to see how efficient the offense is running, a great stat to look at is points off assist. And they've gotten a ton of assists throughout this game.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
The first one falls.
Oh, man, an underrated big man. Nurkic, I mean, his brute strength is intimidating to deal with on both ends.
McDaniels, he's checked in for the Hornets. Smith comes in for Ball. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Zeller's checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Rozier finds Hayward. And Hayward with the stuff.
And there's the athleticism. Hayward, he's proven he can get up and finish with power.
Smith against Lillard. McCollum outside. Now here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. And Hayward with the block. They retain possession. Hornets trail by 7. On the wing, Rozier. Back to Hayward. You know, Chris, thinking about Gordon Hayward, that devastating leg injury he suffered in 2017 comes to mind. But we got to credit him for fighting his way back and still being an impactful player.
Yeah, that injury could have ended his career, but Hayward is a warrior. I mean, someone that doesn't quit, and because of his strong mentality, he continues to impress.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
And every season, I mean, Hayward plays with so much confidence these days.
Charlotte making a switch here. Washington's checked in, and Portland with a change here too. Nancy's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Portland leading by 5. To the inside. And there's Lillard on the assist by Powell. Powell's got his 5th assist in this one. Lillard against Smith. And he comes up with the deuce. Smith's got his first points in this one.
Oh, Smith is a fighter. Someone who usually doesn't back down from anyone, especially on these types of shots.
McCollum with the ball. Washington's on him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Kelly Oubre's checked in for the Hornets. And so McCollum nails both of them. Hornets trail by 7. Smith outside. Oubre outside. Pass to Washington. Here's Rozier. And the shot goes down. Rozier's got 16 points.
Yeah, and for Rozier, it's been this way all night, using his athleticism to get to his spots and making good on his opportunities.
Here's McCollum, and he banks in the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Oubre against Powell. Washington. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
An instinctual scorer with a strong build, Washington puts opponents in compromising defensive positions.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. He misses the free throw.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Book night, he's checked in for Terry Rozier. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Tony Snell comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. And he sinks the second. Here's Simons. Driving the lane. Here's Nance. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Nance no good on the free throw. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Trailing here by 8. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. And the Hornets miss again. The Trailblazers have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Smith surveying the D, and there's the pass to Washington. In the corner, it's Oubre. Clock at 6. From the arc. No good on the shot. Portland leading by 8. McCollum outside. Over Smith. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up.
Smith dishes to Oubre. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I love the physicality from Oubre there. He's finishing what he started and getting the trip to the line.
And thinking about the energy that Oubre plays with, always, Chris, very active on the floor.
And that's something that is always out there for Oubre. Even if his shot is off, he's still a spark plug for this team. Something that endears you to your teammates.
Shooting one.
Free throw, no good for Oubre.
And Kelly Oubre, the new face on the Hornets, was hoping to get a bigger deal in free agency. The market, though, just not there for him. Ended up with a 2-year deal in a situation where he feels he can show his work.
Up and under and in. I mean, thinking on the fly with the double clutch.
Now here's Bouknight. He's guarded by McCollum, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Bouknight. Here's Simons. The shot misses. Smith with the defensive effort. The Hornets have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%.
Alert play on the part of Washington. He's a much stronger player when he shows the type of awareness and unselfishness.
We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Here's Simons. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington. Smith outside. Pass to Washington.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. First one falls for him. So he gets them both. Trailblazers leading by 4. Into the lane. Oh, Nance in position. He gets it in there. Now here is Smith. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Passes to Simons. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. And here is Bouknight. 18 points for him. Washington kicks to Smith. Pass to Bouknight.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. He's off on the first. And the Hornets making a change here. Ball's checked in. No luck that time either.
Not what you expect out of him. He was due to cool off a little, I guess.
McCollum, no good.
And not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
The offensive rebound. Count that one from Bouknight. Bouknight's got 20 points. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Led by as many as 14 points. That's a floater go. Stolen by Ball. 3-on-3. Oubre can't get it to go. Nance outside. Covington passes to Simons. Portland no good that time either.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Hayward can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 5. Covington with it. Now defended by Oubre. McCollum outside. Hits the front of the rim and out.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Ball no good.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Covington's shot is off. Charlotte shooting the ball at 46% success rate since the beginning of the third quarter. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Over Oubre. It's deflected. Now, here's Washington. Covered by Nance. And the pass to Bouknight. Here's Washington. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Washington's got 11 points. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Trailblazers out in front, up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Powell and Covington up at the forward. The veteran pair of Lillard and McCollum are the guards. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Oubre, good.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
And now with all the momentum on this side here late, you got to think they've got the upper hand.
And here's Nurkic after the three-pointer from Kelly Oubre. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. 6 to shoot. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside, Jones. Pass to Bouknight. Bridges trying to free himself up. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Bouknight.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Now here's McCollum. That one goes. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Got to give Nurkic props. He's gifted at staying in control, even when he's under pressure.
Now here's Bouknight, defended by Covington. Now here's Bouknight. Bridges shot, good. And that's 13 points for Miles Bridges.
This is what we saw from Bridges in college, the live body, able to make contact and complete plays.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. McCollum with the bounce pass. Here's Powell. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Jones.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And the shot goes in.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Lillard outside. McCollum outside. Puts up a 3. The Hornets pull it in.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Jones against Lillard. And Jones sends it back. Outside ball. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Hornets?
All those block shots, that's a clear indicator of the great D they've been playing, not giving them an inch of space out there.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get, and that's something they also can take great pride in.
Rozier, he's checked in for Charlotte. Free throw off from Ball. You know, the one concern with LaMelo before the draft, Chris, how would he shoot the ball? But he's had no problems with that.
Good.
The form isn't the most textbook, we can all see that, but the results, they're there. Plain and simple. Already a capable outside threat and should only improve.
One shot.
And that one misses. Hornets lead by 3. Inside. Yes! And the foul. Nurkic. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And Portland making a change here. Nance is checked in. And the free throw, no good. Trailblazers trailed by 5. Over in the corner, Lillard. McCollum with the ball. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Here's McCollum. Just 5 to shoot.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. It's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Here's Jones. Portland grabs the miss. Nance has got his 6th rebound on the night. It's McCollum on the wing. Rozier defending.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Now Rozier. Kicks the ball. He feeds it to Jones. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Clearly a foul.
And the first one drops. And so Jones nails both of them. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard outside. Here is Nance. Back to Lillard. And a miss there on the triple.
Can't quite find his three-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break.
To the paint. And there's Rozier on the assist by Ball. Rozier's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard against Rozier. Foul, no one around him. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, well, Lillard is such an intelligent playmaker. He sees an opening and dishes the ball.
Ball finds Rozier. There's the drive. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Rozier's got 4 points in the quarter. Cullen passes to Nance. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the basket by McCollum.
CJ's a microwave. I mean, guys on nights like this, he demands so much attention, and sometimes even that doesn't do anything.
Now, here's Rozier. He kicks it to Oubre. Here's Bridges. Sinks that one from the post. And the Hornets lead by 6.
And the level of focus Bridges has, great job working his way through the contact.
Down low. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 30.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Now, here's Rozier. Basket counts. 22 points for Terry Rozier.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And Nance now atop the key. To the inside. Powell. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Oh, that's just a terrific night for him from the floor, making almost everything he looks at.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Little, he's checked in for Portland. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
He's a pure scorer. I mean, one of the purest we've seen in this league. McCollum, he has a sweet-looking jump shot.
Now, here's Ball. Knocks it loose.
No question, he got bumped on that shot. And with LaMelo Ball, this team struck gold. Exactly what the Hornets needed. Great production and a face of the franchise type of talent.
Two shots. Last on the first.
The first free throw is good. You know, Greg, thinking about LaMelo and this team, he's got the fans here in Charlotte excited.
And Kevin, let's be honest here for a moment. The Hornets haven't had a lot of luck in the draft. Finally, they knocked one out of the park, and the fans are ecstatic.
Brown, he's checked in for Little. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, he's just a one-of-a-kind player. I mean, LaMelo Ball has a unique game and limitless potential.
Passes it to Covington. Back to Lillard. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 32 points.
Too bad the scoring hasn't been contagious. I mean, they'd be in much better shape if a few of their other guys could pick up some slack.
That's a 2 from Rozier. It's hauled in by Brown. Trailblazers trail by 4. Dishes it to Covington. Inside. Shoots from 12. That one a little long. Charlotte shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. And the jam by Oubre.
A stunning vertical from Oubre, putting on a show, shaming the defense.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Powell inside, covered by Oubre. The shot by Powell, no good. Lillard against Rozier. Count that one. And it's an 8-point Charlotte lead.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Lillard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half. Hornets leading by 6. Charlotte calls timeout. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Hornets. And a switch here also for Portland. Nance is checked in. The feet to ball. He lobs it up. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Lillard against Ball. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
This is fun. Lillard going up with some real power to finish the dunk.
McCollum against Rozier. And he converts the layup. Rozier's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like when one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Lillard with the bucket.
Insane body control from Lillard. Remarkable at scoring in traffic.
Here's Rozier. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Rozier's got 12 points now in the quarter. Lillard against Ball. Shot from free throw range. He can't get it to go. And the Hornets now going the other way. Pass to Rozier. Hayward up top. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. And now it's a 10-point Charlotte lead.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Hornets.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Miles Bridges.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
And here's McCollum for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Lillard against Ball. So it's the Hornets picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, what turned this game around?
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.